Okay, everybody. Good morning. We're about to get underway here from the 2016-17 X-Wing Regional at Games and Stuff in Glen Burnie, Maryland. I'm Aaron Utley. Thanks for joining me. Hope everybody can hear me okay. We're looking at Jade McGovern and Stephen Sherwood in our first matchup. Jade's running 3 K-Wings with different crew and ordnance options. He's got 3 Wardens. His first one with extra munitions, Sabine Wren crew, seismic charges, prox mines, advanced slam. He's got advanced slam on all 3 of those and extra munitions. The difference being only his choice of crew and that second ordnance. So he's got another one with chopper and cluster mines, and that third one down there with Connernet, no crew. He's going to be playing Stephen Sherwood there on the right. Stephen's running a Palp Aces list, and what he's shown up with is Tomax Bren with Adrenaline Rush, Proton Torpedoes, extra munitions, guidance chips, and prox mines, and Ryad in her Defender with Push the Limit, the TIE engine upgrade, and the X7 title. His shuttle is running, of course, Palpatine and Collision Detector. You guys are going to have to bear with me a little bit today because for the first time, I got no idea. I have not had any time to prepare and take a look at any of the new stuff. So any of the stuff that released in the last wave, I'm going to be pretty clueless. So I'll be relying on you guys to help me out, and I'll be looking things up as we go. But we are, as I said, at the Maryland Regional here at Games and Stuff. We're in round 1 of 6. We're going to have 6 75-minute timed rounds of Swiss into a cut of 16, and single elimination will be played tomorrow, and I'll be streaming that live as well. How is the audio on your end? Can everybody hear me okay? All right, good to go. That's good to hear, and that gives me a good idea of my delay. So thank you, guys. Adjusting some things, make them a little easier for you to see. And don't worry about the chat box. I'll be able to move that around during the broadcast if it gets in the way, so that shouldn't bother us. It looks like Jade has lined everything up there in the top left corner. Stephen is kind of a little more spread out down on the right. All right, and they've put their dials down. And a 1 straight from Stephen's shuttle, inviting those K-Wings to come across, engage them, and get flanked. Got a really good turnout here today. I'm not sure what the final total ended up being. I think they had about a little over 100 registered, and between 90 and 100 actually showed up. All right, so those K-Wings all choosing to slam to close range on that shuttle. It's an interesting matchup. Guys here at Games and Stuff always pull up something good to look at. And Steven's going to have to move pretty aggressively to close range on those K-Wings and light them up. Am I too loud?
No.
Okay.
It's just hilarious listening to
It feels like this game.
A little sidebar conversation with X-Wing player of modest ability, Mr. Paul Heavers, about 10 feet to my left. An okay player. Decent. Actually playing in the event today, so he can't join me here on the stream. Hopefully he won't be able to join me tomorrow either. We'll see. But we've... He's a fair player. I mean, he didn't even win Worlds this year. I mean, come on. What are we talking about? Paul is flying Dengar and Bosk. I'm sure we'll get him on the stream later on, but plenty of time. A lot of X-Wing to play. So a bit more of an aggressive move there out of the shuttle as he decides to scoot. Mike, no, there are no turret upgrades on the Ks at all. It's all ordnance. You guys are going to have to tell me what you think of the chat window on the overlay. If that's too distracting, let me know and I'll do away with that. Yeah, the question in chat there about the adjustment of the schedule. I really like the new schedule. This year it's a little wonky for me. I mean, it sort of jams my little event up in between the System Opens and Worlds, but you know, everything's just a little janky this year. But I like the change in general. I like the positioning of Worlds in the spring ahead of all the summer events. All right, so it looks like a target lock. He's going to check range. And he's barely got range on that near K-Wing, so he's going to go ahead and target lock that guy. Gnome Squadron, if the action moves to the left, the chat window will move to the right. Like that. So I can move it around like magic. Question about whether I'm going to move steel next year. I mean, that depends on a lot. We really are getting pretty saturated with events. The depending on how this year goes, I mean, this year is pretty tight. Running it right in between the System Opens and Worlds is going to be a bit of a stretch, but we'll just see how it goes. You know, if it, I'm fully committed to it. So if it, all right. So Proton Torpedoes adjust one of those hits to a crit. So 3 shields into that first K-Wing. Wow, it's so novel being able to hear what they say. I've actually adjusted all the audio now so I can hear what the players are saying on the table, which is different. But back to what I was saying, you know, I think there's still a good place for steel. It's a totally different kind of event. So, you know, we'll definitely put it somewhere. Just not sure exactly where it should go. Might not be a bad idea to move it to right after Christmas. But I just don't know. We'll have to see. See how it does this year. That all being said, if you have not yet gone to steelopen.com, go to the new website, check it out, see the list of events. I'll be opening up for pre-registration pretty soon. You can book your hotel right there through the site by clicking the location page. Yeah, obstructed. Thank you, Mike. So got a really good room rate, got a really nice venue this year. Should be a really cool event. If you'll be flying in, there's free shuttle service from Dulles International Airport. So no Uber, no cab. Once you're in the hotel, we'll take care of you all weekend. So check it out. All right, dials are back down. All right, a 2-bank from Steve Shuttle. I don't know about this. Oh, see, I should go over and ask Jade which. Maybe I'll try that. There's a slam. I should think about asking Jade which. And there's a Connernet drop. Jade trying to keep her 6 clear.
It'll take us a while. I think it's set.
Mike asked if I'm doing any sort of all the things again this year. I think I have decided I am. I wasn't sure I was gonna, but you know, I have 3 of those KR multi-case backpack 2s, and I use them for all sorts of different things. So probably I'll do another embroidered KR backpack 2, and you know, include a mat and some acrylic and some other gear. So probably I will. Thinking it through, not quite sure. Another drop. Cluster mines. Nice to see no griping about acrylic ordnance. I have some really nice acrylic bombs that exactly match the cardboard, but technically not allowed. And there's a Prox mine, which doesn't impact other ordnance, so that's nice. A-Train, just kind of hit on your question. Technically, third-party ordnance is not allowed, but that would be sort of up to her opponent. I don't. I mean, if I were TO in the event and the player complained, I would disallow it. But as an opponent, I wouldn't care. I mean, that's sort of hard. You know, you could always measure them. If they're too big, that's pretty clear. Oh, that's a sexy Palpatine coin to negate that crit. Where would he get such a thing? So fantastic. So shiny. And you're correct, Noam. They are not technically legal, but as you say, it's pretty much up to the event organizer. Now, for a regional, they're more or less bound to abide by official tournament rules for premier events. However, you know, something like that, unless we were really up against it. I'm sure there are players here who would object, and she'd have to go to cardboard. But you know, I wouldn't be one of them. I wouldn't care. But you know, the TOs can't force the opponent to allow them. So just up to them, I guess. I think they're neato. And man, I have a really cool set of them too. Not that I ever actually get to play anymore, but I like them. I'm a fan of acrylic bombs. Got a question if there's any tie swarms, or here's the resistance stuff on the tables. Brother, I have no idea. I was busy setting up. I missed that roll. I think that was a Tomax primary onto that far K-Wing. Rolls the one evade, takes two shields. I don't know if that K-Wing's into hull yet. We don't have a broken peg. We just have a K-Wing that's thumping into a bomber, so we've made some adjustments. The dials are going back down. All right, there's Steve Shuttle with the one back. I would also like to see some of the new stuff, as I have not even looked at the cards. So it'd be nice to see it in Swiss, where I can figure out what I'm looking at. We actually don't. I need to get up and run over and tell which is which. Maybe next time they pick their dials up, I'll go do that for you. Give me a minute. More cluster mines. So one's a hit that Ryad will go ahead and roll, and she's going to clip the other two immediately. All right, 1 damage. So looks like Ryad up there is down to hull. We're going to have a drop here again. And it's a definite hit. I believe that's probably a prox mine. Takes 3 from the prox mine. Three damage down. So that's 3 in the hull. Oh boy. And it's clear. A pretty good round of maneuver and bombing for Jade there. Right. Good. Deduction. So the prox mines, right. The 1 pegger is, thank you very much. So the 3 pegger is the Connor nets. Awesome.
All because of a pilot skills 0 scout. I blame it on Lowe. It's always his fault. Trying to deport him. All right, 4 straight points.
Ryad pulls a K and runs over both of those cluster mines. Gets a good roll there. Palpatine's the only hit he rolls on the cluster mine, so that was a good outcome for him there. All right, so there, that should clear it up. Boy, Ryad really got away with that one. She really could have taken some damage. So he's making his second proton torpedo shot. Into the so guidance chips and proton torpedoes 1. So he takes a hit and a crit into the chopper K-wing. Looks like they were both into shield, so no new damage there. And target lock. This is Ryad's attack. No help. So a crit, and it's evaded. So the Steve's dice not rolling hits, helping him and hurting him. All right, shuttle puts two into the Connor net K-wing there. And 1 is evaded. So Jade's really rolling evades well. I can't see what that 1 is. I assume it's, they said good roll though, so I think we've got a couple crits. Damage sensor array, and I missed the first one. I gotta tell them I can hear them if they'll just speak up. fact, let me go do that. I'll be right back.
You got my good side.
Okay. So jumped over there and let them know that I can hear them if they'll just speak up. They don't need to show me the cards. They can just read them out loud. And since Steve has a Fancy Pants coin and Jade doesn't, I gave her one of my new Steel Open 2017 coins that are awesome. All right, so 3 straight for that shuttle. Gonna try and jam these 2 K-Wings up. I'd be a little surprised if he got either of them. She can choose the order of movement. So, let's see. Yeah. The Sabine K-Wing there still has seismic charges, and I think she'll be in position to drop those on the shuttle, but she'll be right in front of them again. Let's see what she does. Target lock. Is she clear there? Let's see. Nope, it's a bump. So not a whole lot of harm done. I thought she might get clear of that. Maybe should have run a glorious 2-bank. The king of maneuvers. So Ryad is loading up that top K-Wing there. Looks like one evade, so two go through.
We've got about 45 minutes left in the round.
We have 45 minutes left in the round. Up. And Jade finally whiffs. She's been rolling a lot of those single evades. They've been doing her a lot of good. And a range 1 shot. Target lock reroll. 2 get through. And he whiffs on those, so 2 shields. Looks like 1 shield left on that shuttle. But, you know, honestly, if they can manage to get Ryad off the board, it really doesn't matter. That's evaded. What I'm going to do real quick is move this chat box because it looks like the action's moving to the right side. Maybe shrink it down just a little bit. So fancy. All right, so dials are going down again. I think these guys are going to have to try and concentrate some fire on Ryad. They'll be eating fire from the shuttle if that's what they go with, but if they can get her off the board, you know, that's pretty much that, because these K-Wings can slam around behind that shuttle, and there's just nothing they can do. So I think that's going to have to be her focus here. But she gets a bump with the one bank out of the shuttle. I think maybe they think, I went and told them I could, Ryad has hull, but I don't believe any damage into hull. Yeah, I believe all the Conternets, cluster mines, and prox mines have been. Yeah, there's the seismic. But that's the first seismic that's gone down. So there's 5 more. I think Steve is one bad roll away from losing this one. If they can just get damage in on Ryad and put her out of action, but she doesn't have any damage into hull. Yeah, the first prox is there. The second one, the shuttle 8. I saw both clusters go down, and the second Conternet went into the shuttle as well. So yeah, there's no. We have 5 seismic charges left on the table. Should do. I think that's right. And there's a. Huh. Wow. Okay. He's going to barrel roll out of range 1 with that K-Wing that's got him target locked. He's also going to focus and evade. It's really difficult to hit these defenders. Certainly with the paucity. Yeah, it looks like he's clipped by her own seismic charge. I would appreciate a little bit of credit for working the word paucity into the broadcast. Who's shooting here? Ryad. One evade, so one more into the 2-stick K-Wing, which is the chopper K-Wing, up there in the top left. Got a range 2 shot for the shuttle. He rolls 2 hits. 1 evade. Man, her evade dice are on fire today. But see, here's the problem. I mean, this 2-die attack, it's just going to be really hard for her to range 2 into the shuttle. And she's still got plenty of hull to chew through on that shuttle. You know, again, 1 die gets target lock. Okay, so both get through. But he rolls 2 evades. No, 1 evade and an eyeball. Mr. Heaver just won his match, and he's joining us.
Wow, this is fancy.
So say hello.
Hello.
I've just been joined by 3-time world champion Paul Heaver, who's for the first time in a few years not the reigning X-Wing world champion.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
I know, it happens. We're watching the sort of end game here of Stephen Sherwood on the right. He was running Palpace's list with Bomber and Ryad and Jade with her 3 K-Wings with a mix of ordnance and crew.
Sure. Well, it seems like she's doing pretty well if she has all 3 K-Wings still on the board.
Yeah.
So Tomax died. Okay, good. And
Tomax ate a set of cluster mines.
Oh, and how's Ryad doing?
Ryad is down to hull, but no damage into hull. They're having, with the low dice attack, they're having a lot of trouble hitting her. But there are still 5 seismic charges on the board.
Yep.
This lower left K-wing has dropped one charge.
Okay. So we still got some prox mines, some cluster mines, some counter nets. Any of that?
No, they're all gone.
They're all gone?
Counter nets, prox mines, and cluster mines are all gone.
Ooh.
Just 5 seismic charges left.
Okay, that's interesting.
But this whole match, Jade's really been rolling really, really well with the one green die she's got. A lot of evades.
Yep. Oh, those are all the mines that are left on the table. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's just ordnance that's left over from earlier. Oh, there goes another charge.
Yeah, might as well drop it. Because if she drops the shuttle, then and just slams away from Ryad for the rest of the game, it should be okay. Like, I wouldn't stay there. I would slam out of that because you don't want the range 1 shot from the shuttle.
No.
Oh nope, she's sticking.
Gonna eat it.
Maybe she's gonna try to kill it.
Another seismic potentially for Ryad.
Yeah, if she catches Ryad, then that's 2 damage with Sabine, so 1 health left. Oh, that one's slamming.
That's actually the
damaged one?
The chopper. K-wing. The Sabine K-wing is the lower left.
Okay. Is she gonna drop? I would drop one to there too. Why not? Just keep piling damage into that shuttle.
The shuttle has, I think, just 1 into hull. That's its card in the top right there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably be able to come over fairly regularly since my list is an Alpha Strike list, so
right.
Either it wins in like 45 minutes or it loses. So.
I love lists like that.
Yep.
So you're running Dengar and Bosk?
Dengar and Bosk, yeah. Both with weapons, and she should probably actually put the seismic, or does she only have a limited number of seismic charges, so...
Well, she's already dropped 1 out of Sabine, so she has 1 left.
Yeah.
So she's probably...
But she put the template down and is leaving it there. I'm assuming she only physically owns
I see.
a certain number of seismic charges.
Got it, right. Probably only has 2.
Yeah. So she's going to pop 1, then move the seismic charge over to the other spot, pop it, I mean, that's fine. You really don't want to get caught by that. You should barrel roll.
Yeah.
Barrel roll forward and get away from that.
Let's see, pick up what they're talking about. Nope.
Yeah, it's really tough to understand. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really loud. I think that's a camera setting I can tweak on the microphone though,
Sure.
so it doesn't the gain's not so high. But it works.
She could have brought the cardboard once, but I mean, who really wants to play with cardboard? Come on. And boom, 2 damage.
Took it.
He ate it. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Living dangerously. Oh, it looks like he lost the shield and took 1 hull. And damage there, and a damage there, so 2 damage into the shuttle. And so it looks like the shuttle is on its last legs there. Trying to make a shot here.
And then if he does get, I don't know, man. I mean, he loses Riot, it's over. I mean, it's
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
So I don't. But I mean, I literally haven't played regularly now in a year and a half. So what do we got here? Can't read that top one.
That was. How do you roll 4 dice?
That's the shuttle into. He didn't have a shot.
Oh, he didn't have a shot.
That's
Okay.
He pounced one, so it looks like. It's 4 hits of some variety, but the glare's coming off. It looks like 2 hits and a crit, 3 hits and a crit, maybe.
Okay. And it gets a fire back.
Didn't kill it.
Well, even if she. Even
Oh,
if
right,
it did,
right, sure.
Sit around. So it looks like the shuttle's probably gone because it only has 2 health remaining over there if it's in the upper right. Yep. So that takes out the shuttle. And we'll check to see if this random shot gets there.
Target lock. Focus. 1 hit. And it's evaded.
Yeah. There's like no way she can actually do damage. So yeah, bomber only lists are actually pretty solid. So now, I mean that upper bomber is just going to drop a seismic behind it and be like, here, you're a defender. You're going to eat this. There's
Right.
like no place you can go that doesn't get you hit by the seismic that I'm about to drop. And then that's the end of the game right there. Because it'll take 2 damage and explode. So it has to somehow dodge the seismic that's coming out of her. Upper right.
K-Wing, right?
K-Wing, yeah. And while doing that, also not get shot by the wardens.
Right.
Yeah.
Not have 1 lucky shot get. Right.
Yeah.
Well, now no Palpatine to help with that roll. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're saying. They the defenders move predictably, can't prevent the damage. It's like, where's that defender going to go that isn't going to get hit by the K-Wing's seismic on the upper right? Like it's going to do a 3-turn and then have to barrel roll out of that. Maybe. She's clearing a crit on that one.
Oh, that last
Yeah.
spurt, which she ate all that damage from the
Yeah,
shuttle.
she apparently took a relevant crit. And we always have a couple people playing pure bomber lists. Like, I don't know if Marcus is today, but there's always like a handful that show up and are like, here's my pure bombers.
And there's that charge.
Like, yeah, that. Oh no, the Riot's stressed too from pushing the limit. So where she goes nowhere. Like if she does a 1 bank maybe, then she gets to not die. And she's slamming out. Yeah, just getting out of dodge. That one must be mauled. Trying to avoid getting shot. Because, yeah, if Riot does a K-turn here, Riot dies. If Riot does a 3-bank here and does a barrel roll away, probably still dies. Yeah, now... can you barrel roll towards the edge of the board there?
I don't think she's.
Yep, just removed it. Just like, yep, you're in range. Never mind. And that's
All right.
that's the end of
So
that.
that's the game. So with
100-0.
30 minutes, right? Palpace's list gets, well, sort of interesting Palpace's list gets tabled by Jade McGovern's 3 Ordnance-packed K-Wings. So a neat game. Thanks for popping in at the end of the game there, Paul.
Sure.
Hopefully you're not available to join me tomorrow.
Well, after my games are over, I can
Right.
wander over. Yeah.
Anytime. All right, and you guys watching us, we'll be back. I mean, we still have 30 minutes in the round, so it's going to be probably 45 minutes till we're ready. I'd say come back and check back in with me around 11:40. But thanks for tuning in. That wraps up round 1 of the 2016-17 Maryland X-Wing Region from Games and Stuff. I'm Aaron Utley.
And I'm Paul Hebert.
Paul Hebert. And we will catch you guys later.
Now that I work